that was probably the first time I had actually felt scared of anything in the house. Hi. Okay, so sorry in advance for the messy background that I have right now. This is our actual room in our house, but we sleep in the basement just because it has a TV and everything. So this has kind of been the catch-all kind of room, like a storage room, I guess. It has all of our clothes in it and everything, and then a bunch of this stuff is stuff that we got for Christmas, and then a bunch of it is his brother and his brother's girlfriend's stuff. So sorry that it's messy, but hi. So in today's video, I want to talk about a house that I used to live in Lexington. And for those of you who don't know, Lexington is a very historical town. A lot of the buildings were made in the 1800s, and if I'm remembering correctly, the town actually has a historical contract. So if you go to fix anything or add on anything or remodel, they're very, very strict with what you can and cannot do. So we lived in a house. That I'm not 100% sure. I believe it was made in the late 18, maybe 1900s, but it was a typical house. It wasn't spooky from the inside or anything. It wasn't really that spooky from the outside. The one thing that I thought was kind of weird was that in the bathroom there was a window right at the shower, which wouldn't normally be weird, but they had covered it up so on the inside of the house, if you were in the tub or the shower, you wouldn't see the window, but if you were on the outside of the house, you would see it. They didn't take it out completely, they just covered over it on the inside, which I thought was kind of weird. But again, I don't know if it was part of the strict rules that they have for remodeling or fixing up homes or anything. I moved there the end of my 5th grade year. So I think I was 12. And at first, I really liked the house. It wasn't all that bad. Not too long after we were there, we got I got a hamster, and I kept her on top of my dresser, which my dresser was probably, this is a bed in front of me, so my dresser was probably this high. It was pretty tall, and I had my hamster on it. And we also had a beagle named Jake. I was at my dad's, and when I came home, my mom told me that our dog Jake had gone into my room and came out yelping like someone had hit him as hard as possible. And I mean, I know that logically it couldn't have been my hamster, because my hamster was so high up that there's no way that Jake could have even stuck his nose at the cage. It just wasn't possible. So that kind of freaked me out. Soon enough, though, things started picking up. My brother's room was in the basement. I mean, that's where he chose for it to be. And one night, me and my best friend, who happened to be my neighbor, were sleeping down there while my brother was gone. And we decided that it would be fun to, as kids do, jump on the bed and make videos and take pictures and, just be 12-year-old girls at a sleepover trying to pull all-nighters. And what we decided to do was put the camera on a ledge that would record us and everything past us, so the stairs and the window and everything. Not so that next morning we didn't pull an all-nighter. I think we fell asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, so when we looked over the video, in the window, and when I say window, I mean it's like more like a crawl space. Like it was like this long and maybe this tall, so like you can't fit out of it. I don't know what the purpose of having it there was, but they had one. And in the corner of it, probably like this much of it, you could see a face. Overnight, it was pretty like visible, and the closer it got to morning, the more light that came through, the more it disappeared, which I thought was really weird because normally it would be the other way around, but it wasn't. And I don't have that video. I don't know what we did with it. We probably just deleted it and didn't think too much of it. But another thing, and my mom is trying to find some picture evidence and stuff, so if she finds it, it'll be in this video where I'm talking about this stuff. But me and my friend were jumping on the bed, and I had dropped my phone, and when I dropped it, it took a picture. And in this picture, I don't know why I kept the picture, because for the first month that I had the picture, I didn't really think anything was in it. And then as soon as I showed my grandma, she pointed out 2 ghosts in the picture, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Like, it was very obvious. One of them was a woman in like vintage clothing, and then one of them was a man, and you could make out his shape. You could see the belt that he was wearing, and it looked like he was wearing like a yellow or cream colored shirt. I really, really hope that she can find this, but this was, like I said, I was in 5th grade, and it was the phone I had at the time, and I'm 21 now, so I definitely don't have that phone. I do remember taking a picture of that picture. I just don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I uploaded it on MySpace, if I uploaded it on Facebook, but like I said, my mom's currently going through all that she can to find pictures. Okay, so after filming, my mom told me that she could not find any of the pictures that would be like evidence. I will do some more digging, but I couldn't find any on my Facebook, and for whatever reason my MySpace doesn't let me log in anymore. But she did tell me one thing that I forgot to mention. My stepdad at the time had come in the house like yelling at us, and he basically was like, "What the hell is going on?" And we were all in the kitchen cooking dinner, and my mom was just kind of confused, and she said, "What do you mean?" And he said that he heard a woman scream and bang on a front door from inside. So that was another thing. Not long after that happened, my mom had gotten a new bed frame, and in my mom's room, her closet door was a sliding door, but it was like mirrored. She called me and my brother in there, and it was one of those, like, your parents called you by your first and middle name, so like we knew she was mad, and we both like shot each other a look like, "What did you do?" kind of. And when we went in there, she showed us she had just bought this bed frame probably a month before this happened. She showed us where someone had carved into it the word hi, like H-I, and on her mirrors was like smudged, like mommy written. I know I didn't do it. My brother says he didn't do it, and usually he's the kind of person that like would tell my mom, "No, I didn't do it," but then later whisper like, "Yeah, I definitely did it," kind of person. And to this day, he still swears that he didn't do it either. I know I didn't, and we didn't have like any other kids in the house. We often didn't even go in my mom's room. So anyway, the other thing that happened was doors, well, specifically one door, the basement door, would open and shut by itself. I know a few times my bedroom light would turn on and off by itself, which my room was it's kind of hard to explain. My room was almost the size of a walk-in closet. There was pretty much just room for a bed and a dresser. And so I had a smaller room because I had my own room, which I was fine with completely. So you would walk in, and then if you turned, literally the only way you could turn, there was 2 sliding glass doors that led to our backyard. And I never really understood why that was there, because it's almost like my room was meant to be a mud room instead of a bedroom. Let me explain the layout of the house. You would walk in the front door, and it was a screened-in patio. Back to what I was saying about my room. Because there was 2 doors to our backyard in the dining room, I didn't understand why they would make another door to our backyard from my room, because it was probably less than 30 feet from each other. Probably not even that. There was just a wall in between them. So I don't know what the purpose of that was, but that always freaked me out. I always have this irrational fear that if I look out a window at night, I'm gonna see someone staring back at me, which is why, 1, I'm afraid of the dark. 2, I either sleep with a nightlight or I have to have someone next to me when I go to sleep. And when I mean next to me, I mean like right next to me. I have to be like practically cuddling with somebody for me to feel comfortable. I had a friend over. It was me and my brother and my friend. I don't remember what my mom was doing, but she wasn't home at the time. We had all the lights turned off, and we were sitting on our living room couch watching TV. I don't remember what we were watching. I don't remember if it was scary or even a movie. I don't know. But we were all watching something, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a shadow figure go across the ceiling of our kitchen. And then my brother looked at me and my friend, and he was like, "Did you see that? Please tell me I'm not the only one that saw that." And I was like, "Saw what?" And she also said what she saw. And the fact that all 3 of us saw it, and it wasn't like any of us had like put it in each other's head kind of thing. That was probably the first time I had actually felt scared of anything in the house. The last thing that I remember actually happening in that house was me and a friend had turned on the Ghost Radar app just for fun. We like to do that often just because, you know, when you're a kid, you think that that kind of stuff is fun and exciting. And even though at that time I thought it was completely fake, there's still some things that come across those that are completely unnerving, like what I'm about to tell you. And now that I'm a little bit older, I strongly believe that even the free apps that you can download, if a spirit is willing to talk to you, it doesn't matter if you paid for that app or not. I strongly believe that they will find a way to talk to you through whatever means of communication that they're trying to speak with you through. I had turned it on, and I don't remember exactly what the first part of it was, but basically this thing, this app had said collect. And me and my friend were just kind of like, oh, what do you want us to collect? And it said children. And we barely had enough time to say what before it said immediately. And though I don't think that this was like an actual spirit talking to us, because like I said, I had never felt a dark presence or anything in the house other than being scared by the black shadow figure that we saw. I think that it was just something that was programmed in to make it seem a little bit more real or a little bit more scary. But to this day, I will never forget that one thing that came across. I think that as of right now, that's probably the most active house I've lived in, aside from growing up in an apartment that was said to be haunted by 2 ghost children. That is for another video. I have a week to get a bunch of content filmed for you guys, and I'm gonna try to upload one weekly. Please bear with me because my editing skills suck. I am still new to this. I don't have any equipment that I need. Right now I'm using the video editor that's actually programmed on Windows. So I haven't even downloaded anything to do additional editing. I don't have a microphone, which is why the audio kind of sucks sometimes. I'm filming on my phone. The phone that I used in my other video was my boyfriend's phone. So if you could just bear with me, I should be able to get a few things here and there soon, hopefully, to where I can make my videos better for you. As far as editing, it's just gonna take time. I'm slowly learning, but I think for what I have, I'm doing pretty good. So I do want to thank you guys for being here with me and supporting me. And even though I think I'm at 25 subscribers now, each and every one of you has made me feel more confident in myself. And today was actually a really good mental health day. And I know on YouTube, a lot of people don't talk about their mental health, but I'm a very open book. There have been several times where I've been down on myself, and I think that having people like you guys constantly supporting me, giving me positive feedback, even if it's not on my videos, I've had several of you contact me directly telling me that you love my videos or you can't wait to watch another one, and you're giving me corrective criticism and you're helping me film better. And I just thank you guys so much, because it might not be a lot to you, but it means a lot to me. And today has been a great mental health day, one that's the best I've had in a really long time. And I know that you guys are a big part of that, and I can't thank you enough. I love you, and I will try my best to do a better intro and a better outro, but for now, this is what you get. Goodbye!